What's up guys, it's Demon Fighter, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion figure. I just bought this from Amazon. It got delivered, say, a few days ago. And yeah, I'm so happy that they made another Scorpion figure, because the first one they made, which was based on like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, that one is so hard to come by these days. Even the Sub-Zero figure, it's very, very hard to come by these days because a lot of sellers are selling that figure for a lot of money on Amazon. So I'm happy Storm made another Scorpion figure with this design. I hope they do the same thing for Sub-Zero. But let's move the figure aside and let's have a look at the packaging here. So you can see here we get nice image of Scorpion right here on the side. As you can see, it says Mortal Kombat Scorpion. Well, I wish they added the 3 right there, because that's basically what this look is. The top of the box, you can see it says Storm Collectibles 112 Action Series. This figure is for ages 17 and up, so if you're a young child, don't buy this figure. It's not for kids. Sorry. On the side here, you have a product image of the figure right here. Focus. Thank you. And the other side, you just get another half of this same image right here. And on the back here, you get a lot of product images of the figure in various poses with some of his accessories. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's get the packaging and figures and put them aside, and let's have a look at Scorpion's accessories. Alright, so looking at the accessories for Scorpion, he has 8 pairs of interchangeable hands. He has the 2 fist hands, 2 gripping hands, 2 open hands, and 2 style pose hands. He has 2 alternate masks. We have the regular mask, which is probably honestly my favorite one between the two. I'll talk about the skull mask in a bit if my camera can just focus. Thank you. It looks pretty cool, even though it's basically a solid yellow plastic. I would have liked if they, painted the sculpted lines here, black, just to give it some detail. But it still looks pretty nice. And then we have the skull mask here, which looks a bit sloppy, to be honest. The paint job doesn't look that great. I mean, the teeth doesn't look too bad, but I don't think Scorpion has ever worn this like in Mortal Kombat 3. I think the only time he's ever had something like this is for his what do you call it? Character art for the character select screen. And it doesn't really look good on him either. Let me show you. So you just peg it in like that, and the first problem is it doesn't cover the whole face. Like, you see this black area right here. See how this, like, some of the black areas are still exposed even with this mask on. I can't even adjust it just to cover those areas. And it just looks kind of goofy on him. Like, it makes his face a little too long, to be honest. Yeah, so not really a fan of this. I mean, I would have liked it if they gave him like a skull head instead, like what the original Scorpion figure had. So I wouldn't recommend using that. Instead, just stick with this original one right here. This looks way better, and it pretty much covers the whole face, and it doesn't make his face all goofy. So I'm very happy so again, I'm glad they gave us like alternatives for his masks, but still, I wish they did a better job with this. But enough about the masks here. Let's put them back. Next here we have his weapons here. Let's have a look at his axe first, which looks pretty cool. I like the painted blood on there. Nice details all around. The only thing is that it's a bit warped. It's a little bit warped, so I might try to fix that later on. But still, nice paint detail with the blood and stuff on it, especially on the handle. Very cool. And finally, we have his spear right here. And I like how they made the rope all curvy instead of a straight line like the original Scorpion figure had. I think that's a very nice touch. Very nice touch that they did that. And we also got some nice sculpt and paint work on the rope overall. Pretty cool. And then for the spear itself, that looks very nice. Nice blue paint right here. Nice silver paint right here at the blade. Very cool. And finally, we have 3 blood effects right here. So let's look at this one here. they're all done very nicely. Very nice job for these blood effects. I like how all the Mortal Kombat figures come with these. Now for this one, you basically just put it on any of his fist hands and it'll work. Try to get that on there. There you go. So you just pop it in there like so. Make it look like he's uppercutting somebody's head off or something. And then for these two smaller ones, now for me there are two ways you can use these. One is that you can just peg them on to the tips of this axe right here. That way you can make it look like he's stabbing somebody with it. So that's pretty nice. Or you can just use one of these and put it on his spear. Like make it look like he got somebody with it right before he pulls them towards him. So it's pretty cool that they give these Mortal Kombat figures some blood effects. So I think that's a very nice touch by Storm Collectibles. So we do get a pretty good amount of accessories with this Scorpion figure. The only thing is that I wish we had was maybe a skull head and maybe some flame effects too. But I think for what we got here, it's still pretty good. Now let's move all these accessories aside and we'll take a closer look at Scorpion. Alright, so looking at the sculpt and paint job for Scorpion here, I think Storm Collectibles did a pretty good job with this figure. Now there's no real shading on this guy whatsoever, not on his suit or his skin or anything. But I don't think this figure really needs it. It still looks pretty cool. Got some nice yellow paint job all around. Nice sculpted black pieces all around too for his outfit. Got some pretty decent line work right here for his suit right here. Even though in a couple areas it is a bit hazy. It's a little bit hazy in a couple areas. I don't know if you guys can see them. But it still looks pretty cool. Still a very nice job overall. Then for the arms here, nice sculpt work all around. No paint shading or anything, but still looks pretty good. Got his gauntlets right here for his arms. They're nicely done. And you can move them around just so they can like match them with the way you pose the hand. So that's pretty good. Very nice job all around. And then for the legs here, you can see the back here is yellow. Nice job. Nice job sculpting. Sorry, I cannot talk today. Nice job sculpting the muscle tone right here for his thighs. Nice job right there. And then you got his shin guards here. Missing some black paint on this one right here, but that's okay. It's not a big deal breaker or anything. They still look pretty cool around. And then you got some black straps right here on the back of his calves right here. Nice job overall. And then you got his feet here. Not really much to say about his feet. And no sculpted detail or peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So even though it's a pretty basic design, it still looks cool. I think Storm did a pretty good job with the Scorpion figure. Nice sculpted paint job all around. And I'm sure some of you would probably want some shading on this guy, but I don't think this figure really needs it. I mean, as I mentioned before, I kind of wish they painted these sculpted lines right here for his mask. Kind of wish they painted them black instead of leaving it, just a single yellow plastic. But that's alright. Oh yeah, I almost forgot his face. The eyes are nicely done too. You got some nice red shading all around on the outlines. The eyebrows too are nicely done. And that's about it. Yes, you see some line work, some sculpted lines right here around his head right here. Goes from the front all the way to the top of his head, all the way to the back. Very nice job. Very nice job, Storm. Alright, now let's look at the articulation. Alright, so looking at the articulation for Scorpion, he can look up just about this much. And he can look down about that much, so that's not bad. Also, this neck right here is a soft plastic, so that's good. You also get a good amount of head tilting right there. Very nice. The head is on a ball peg, so I want to say it's either a ball peg or double ball peg, but you still get a good range of movement all around. Shoulders can move up about that much, so that's good. Get a butterfly joint, moves back and forth that much, so that's not bad. Full rotation right there. Bicep rotation. Double jointed elbows that bends a little bit more than 90 degrees, so that's good. Get wrist rotation, and you also have the hinge as well. Nice. He has a diaphragm joint. Use it to lean forward about that far, and you can lean back about that far, so that's very nice. And you can get him to like pivot his diaphragm, though it is a bit tricky due to his outfit. Though luckily it's a soft plastic, so it doesn't get in the way that much, but it can be done. You also get some rotation out of that diaphragm joint too, so that's nice. No real waist rotation or anything. You get hip articulation. You can extend out about that far, so that's good. This bottom part is a soft plastic, soft rubbery plastic, so that's good. Kick forward about that far, so that's very good. You can kick back about that far. That's also very good. You got thigh rotation right there. Double jointed knees. Bends more than 90 degrees. And doesn't look too bad. Looks alright. No calf rotation or anything. Though I feel like it would have been perfect if you gave this figure calf rotation, but that's okay. Ankles can move up just a little bit. And then you can move down about that far. You get a pretty good amount of ankle pivot, and you also got a pretty good toe hinge. So some pretty good articulation for this figure. The only thing is that it's a bit limited on the diaphragm joint. Diaphragm joint is a bit limited, but that's alright. The rest of the figure is very posable. You're going to get this guy to some very, very cool poses. But before we end the video, let's do height measurements and size comparisons. So measuring the height of Hanzo Hasashi, it looks like he stands at about 7 inches tall to the top of his head. And here's Scorpion next to a couple Storm Collectibles figures I have in my collection. We have Akuma and Heihachi. As you can see, Scorpion is definitely shorter than both of these two. But if you want to do some crossover displays with all three of these figures, you can make that happen. It's going to look very cool. Here's Scorpion next to the NECA Toys God of War 3 Kratos, because Kratos was a guest character in Mortal Kombat 9, but only for the PS3. And I don't know how accurate this is, because this figure does stand taller than this guy. I don't know if this is accurate or not to the game, but if you guys want to pose these two fighting each other, I think you can make it work. And finally, to compare Scorpion next to a couple figures from other toy lines, we have the SH Figure Arts Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku and the Figma Overwatch Diva. So overall, even though there are a couple issues I have with this figure, like the skull mask and the limited movement you get from the diaphragm joint, well, somewhat limited, this is still an awesome Scorpion figure. And I'm very happy to have it in my collection since I missed out on the first Scorpion figure. So I'm hoping they make a Sub-Zero figure with this design also. But what would also be cool if they make either a masked version or an unmasked version, or heck, just use this body mold and just give that Sub-Zero figure both a masked and unmasked version. Because in Mortal Kombat 3, there are two versions of Sub-Zero that are masked and unmasked. So I think it would be pretty cool if Storm did that. And this Scorpion figure does have some really good accessories overall. Like, I like the spear and this axe right here. Very cool. I like the blood effects it comes with. We got a good set of interchangeable hands. I mean, what more can you ask for from a Scorpion figure? Well, besides maybe some flame effects, but that's okay. And maybe a skull head. But, you know, those are just nitpicks. I still really, really like this figure. This is a very awesome piece from Storm Collectibles. And if there are any Storm Collectibles that I might be getting at some point in the near future, I still plan on getting Kazuya eventually, even though it's been almost a year since he came out. And I'm still waiting for them to reveal a release date for Jin, even though they released them back in San Diego Comic-Con. And I may get Darkseid and maybe Terry Bogard also, but who knows. But for now, I'm happy with this Scorpion figure. And if you don't have this Scorpion figure, I suggest you get it. Especially if you don't have the first Scorpion figure. This is a must-have if you're a Mortal Kombat fan. And I hope you all enjoyed this review. If you did, leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. Click that notification bell so you know when I upload. Stay tuned for pictures at the end of this video. And until then, have a nice day, everybody.
Let's